I would like to think that the majority of the manga that I read always makes me happy. And so today I'm like, how am I going to choose my top 5 manga that have made me very, very happy recently? Like, this seems like an incredibly hard question. Happy Wednesday, my friends. I am so very excited that you are here. It is Top 5 Wednesday, and we're going to be gushing about all the manga like we always do on Wednesdays. But just in case if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, in a nutshell, basically each week we answer a prompt. We use 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect that said prompt. And today's prompt is Bookish Happiness. This month is Happiness Happens, and yesterday was actually National Book Lovers Day. So in honor of Happiness Happens and National Book Lovers Day, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about manga that makes us happy. Like, you don't really need anything else, but I mean, you just have to talk about manga that just makes you happy. And like I said, majority of the manga that I read does make me happy. As most probably know, I don't often read manga that makes me sad, makes me cry, makes me angry, I don't know. But definitely for sadness, I tend to not go or deviate towards that because I'm like, I just want manga to make me happy. That's just my preference for what I read. So I try to think about what manga makes me happy without being repetitive, because everybody knows some of these, like Laura, but one of them, it's going to be on the list. You guys already know, but I'm not going to do it first because, that would just, I don't know, but we'll just do something else. So for number 1, let's go ahead and talk about Wonder Cat Q-chan. I recently read volume 2. I've never done a review or formal review on this channel, but oh my goodness, I finally found volume 2 out at Books A Million one time, and I was just like, I've been looking for this volume feels like forever. Like, I just cannot find it. It wasn't available online. And of course, like the one time I saw it, I was like, I'll wait. And then months later, there was nothing. Or for the next few months, there was just nothing. I could not find it at all. And then when I saw it at Books A Million, it was during their buy 2, get 1 free sale. I, of course, got it right away. I was like, this is the first time I've seen it in a long time. I need to get my hands on it, and I'm so glad I did because Q-chan is just too cute. He is so precious. Like, this is such a wholesome series, and maybe it's not one that I would typically like binge read all at once because I think there's 4 or 5 volumes out now, but it's one that just lightens your heart and just really just makes you smile. Like, this is a great manga to just unwind, just admire all of the pretty cat panels, and it is honestly a happy manga in my opinion. Again, maybe it's not one that you just binge read all at once, but really, you just need Q-chan every once in a while, and it just picks up your mood just like that. And I was glad that I read it because it honestly was just the perfect time, and I was just so happy, and I was like, how could I forget how cute this series is? I plan to casually continue to pick up the volumes and just read them, just at those right moments, because I tried to read volume 2 sooner than this past weekend. It was just not the right time because I could not get into it the same way. I waited a few days and bam, that moment hit, and Q-chan just hit all of the right moments, and absolutely love it. And it's just so pretty. Like, it has these pastel kind of color palette. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. And it's just gorgeous. And again, this was a very happy manga. I'm so very glad that I finally read this. Oh my goodness. For number 2, I am so very excited to talk about this, and that is Haru Ride. I could not say that very excited because it just blended all together and did not make sense. I have been binge reading this, and it is so wonderful. I do not know if I love this series more than Strobe Edge or if I love Strobe Edge more than this series. They're so good. I mean, Iosaki Saka, she's just amazing. I love all of her works. I've only read these 2 series so far. I am currently I think I'm on volume 8 because I read like 4 volumes yesterday and absolutely did nothing, and that was not a good idea because I'm like, there's so much I need to get done, but it was totally worth it. I really love the series. I really love the characters. I would not say that it has all of the happy vibes. I love how Iosaki Saka does her heroes. I will not go on a ramble. Because we will be here much longer, but I will just say that I'm very, very excited for when I finish this series and I can gush about these characters because I love just the journey. Futaba, the main character, that's how you say her name, right? Yeah, that she is just absolutely amazing. I've deeply enjoyed being on this journey with her. Even though where I'm at right now, I'm just like, oh my goodness, my heart is being ripped out. Like, I got what I wanted. My heart got ripped out, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm just like, our characters, the ship needs to sail. The ship needs to sail. I'm like, I still have, what is it? 6 more volumes to go, including volume 8. And I'm just like, oh, I can't handle this. I cannot handle this, but I'm so very excited that I'm finally reading this series. I'm already like, I need more volumes. And shout to Marg and Pippa, who have gifted me, I think Marg gifted me volumes 2 and 3, and then Pippa gifted me 4 and 5. And just the series is all the more special because I'm like, I know they both love this series, and I'm just so happy to read it. So this was like, yes, I needed a chance to express my love for Haru Ride because it's just so very good. And oh my goodness, like I said, I don't know if I love Strobe Edge more or this series more, but I did do a review of Strobe Edge, and I just love it, guys. Like, I don't know. I'm like, we need more. Hopefully, Shoujo Beat will pick up the rest of her series, or her other newest series that's ongoing in Japan, because I need more. I need more. I need all the angst. Iosaki Saga is the only one I'm willing to go that deep for the angst. I'm just like, oh, this is too much for my adult heart. But yes, all of the bookish happiness with this series right now. Cannot wait to finish reading it. For number 3, it's coming, and that is Haikyuu. And I'm featuring a different manga, a Japanese manga, because my friend Ellen was so incredibly sweet and she sent me these. Oh my goodness. And she sent me a sticker, which I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look at Hinata's face. Look at him. He's so precious. He's so cute. And I was just so touched by her gift. Like, this is the Let's Haikyuu manga, and it's like a spoof of Haikyuu. I can't read any of it because, you know, it's all in Japanese. But, oh my goodness, I just absolutely, I love these guys. I mean, they're so precious. And I did have the Nekoma one, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it, but I've been wanting the Karasuno one because I love those guys so very much. And I'm like, I finally have it thanks to her. And this one I haven't even opened yet because I was like, I don't want to open it, but this was one that I wanted for the cover because look at them. Look at their faces! Oh, I love him. I love him, guys. I love Haikyuu so very much. And this one is sort of like, I think it has like character profiles, and I'm not really sure. I don't remember what else it had in it, but like I said, it was a cover love, cover one, and I'm just so happy. Like, her package honestly just made my day. I have been struggling with insomnia this like past week and a half, so if you guys are like, where you been? Your girl's been tired, really tired. So this really, like, her package really just made my day, helped sort of some of the brain fog I've had get pushed away, and just brought some happiness to my day. Like, I love Haikyuu, and we all know that Haikyuu always makes me happy. So of course it had to be on here, always and forever. So, and I'm really excited because if you guys follow like Haikyuu on Twitter, there is a countdown going on, and we don't know what this countdown is for. I know that the 13th, because that's when the countdown ends, it goes for the like volleyball league match. I'm very excited. I'm hoping I can watch it this time. But there's 2 more announcements that have not been made about Haikyuu, and we're all hoping, like the fandom's hoping, like, let this be an anime announcement. Like, please, I need more of these guys on screen. I miss them so much. I keep thinking about rereading the last portion of the manga because I love it, but then there's other parts that I'm just like, it's so good. The whole series is amazing, so definitely all of the bookish happiness with Haikyuu, and I'm so very excited to have these volumes in my hands. They're so amazing. Thank you so much, Ellen. For number 4, oh my goodness, I have Yona of the Dawn Volume 2. Yona of the Dawn Volume 2, I have not seen this manga in stores. In fact, I opened up the package and I was like, this is mine? Like, this is my personal volume? Like, this made my day. I still plan to read Yona of the Dawn. Don't worry, that review will come at some point. I just haven't started Yona of the Dawn yet. I have unexpectedly been collecting the first few volumes. I have 1, 2, and 3. Well, I already had 1 because of Mark, but I have 1, 2, and 3. I bought volumes 2 and 3, and I bought volume 4. No, not volume 4. It's not, that one's not in stock. I bought volume 5. So I'm just like, okay, Laura, I'm like, I guess we're collecting the series. I'm like, I don't really know what we're doing. I haven't been buying later volumes, just the earlier ones, and I'm so excited to have this volume. I am depending, all of you Yona of the Dawn fans, you guys keep saying I will love this, and I'm like, okay, I am depending on you that I will love this, that this manga will bring me all of the bookish happiness, not just receiving volume 2, which again is just so surreal. And I love the back cover. As I say, I also love the front cover, but then I saw the back and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. And I love the front as well. This is actually one of my favorite volume or covers in the series, and I did flip through it and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like, Hawk is kicking butt right here. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm excited to finally start this. The art is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really curious, guys. I'm really curious. That time is coming. I figured I won't officially start Yona of the Dawn until September since my kids start school. Gonna be a new routine, and I really want to finish Your Line April 1st since I know that those volumes are going to be returned to my library here very soon. I'm just hoping nobody puts a hold on them before then. This manga, this volume brought me all of the happiness, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited it's here. And yeah, I just wanted to share that because it was so surreal. Like, I haven't seen this in stores since maybe last year or even before that, but here it is. So if you've been missing volume 2, go get it. It is in stock on Amazon, Right Stuff, Takara Cafe, Barnes & Nobles, and probably other places that sell physical books. So go get your copy and have all of the bookish happiness too, because we all need the bookish happiness. And apparently I definitely need to have it from Yona since everybody's saying that I need to have it, that I'll love it. Oh my goodness, for number 5, this was supposed to be number 1 because I finally read this manga. Everybody's like, Laura, you need to read it. Laura, you need to read it. Laura, it's amazing. And you know what? Meg at I Am Megs on Instagram was like, you should probably read this. She even showed it to me at the bookstore when we went on that manga shopping video together, or a vlog thing in February. And I was just like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna wait, you know. And she's like, oh, okay, but I think you'll like it. Here we are, months down the road, and I caved. People on Discord were like, you will love this series. And I'm like, all right. It's a long video reason why I got the volume, or how I got the volume, because I bought it digitally, and I do have more on that coming this Friday. Very, very excited. But sorry, I got very excited and just completely rambled there. But for number 5, I am saying the Savior's Book Cafe story in Another World. I read it, friends. I read it. It was so good. I can't believe I did not get the physical manga, but don't worry. I went ahead and ordered it from Books A Million, even though it says it's going to take like 2 to 4 weeks to ship. But I'm like, I will get this physically. It was so good, friends. It was so good. It is like the perfect isekai. Like, just, it was awesome. Like, it is the bookish nerd, female bookish nerd dream just being lived out in those pages. Oh my goodness. I love, what's her name? Tsukina? Yeah, it's Tsukina. I love her. She's amazing. The beginning of that isekai is like nothing I've read because, you know, typically when the characters go and they've been isekai, they're like, yeah, we've been isekai. I mean, they may be a little bit skeptical, but usually they're like, yeah, gun-ho. She's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And then she goes and she has this book cafe. She meets this knight in shining armor. He's not necessarily in the armor, but oh, it was so perfect. Oh, I loved it so very much. I binge read it Sunday. Oh my goodness. Friends, go read it. Go read it digitally. Like, oh, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. And just every single person that was like, you would love it. You were right. You were right. It brought me a lot of bookish happiness this week. I have continued to think about it. I have been struggling not to buy volumes 2 and 3 right now and pre-order volume 4 because I'm like, I need the rest of the series. I need it. I need it on my shelf. I need it in my hands. I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to exercise discipline and wait until I put my next manga order in, because since I've been unexpectedly getting these Yona volumes, I can't just go out and randomly buy all the manga that I want. But just know that I'm going to do a review of that series at some point on this channel because it needs to be heard. It needs to be told. Don't be like me and wait and be like, I don't know if the hype is real. The hype is real, friends. It was so very, very good. And if you want like a more, I don't know, as I say, a more in-depth review on Goodreads, but I didn't even know what to say on Goodreads. It was hard to pinpoint everything that I loved about this manga. It was just fantastic. So highly recommending that one. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's only available digitally currently, but I mean, you might be able to find it for a decent price somewhere on eBay because I did see it, but I was not willing to pay the extra $5 for shipping. Nope, I will just wait for my Books A Million copy to come in and get free shipping. So, yes. Oh my goodness. That manga was so good. Brought all the happy feels. Absolutely love it. Cannot wait to read more in that series. It is so good. And for my honorable mention, I have to do this one, even though I'm not sure if it's considered maybe a happy read, but that is Tokyo Revengers. And I have to do a huge shout out to It's Dax please go subscribe to her channel. I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I was just so excited and so touched that she was willing to send me an extra copy that she had of Tokyo Revengers. I was skimming through this, and I'm really, really excited to try this. It's, like I said, very different than what I typically read, but it was like very engaging. Like I didn't expect to enjoy what I read as much as I did, because I'm like, I'm not necessarily one for fighting, and I know this whole series revolves around fighting and whatnot, but it was so good. It was so good. So I understand a little bit more the hype train behind this series, why so many people love it, why it's being talked about. The art is really cool, and I'm just like, I need to know, is this kid gonna be successful in saving his girlfriend? Because this is sort of like an isekai a little bit. I believe he does die, or I know his girlfriend dies. Yeah, a sudden shove sends him 12 years into the past to face this Tokyo gang that once made his life horrible, which is also responsible for Hinata's death in the present. And Hinata was his girlfriend in the past, I believe. So he's basically going back in time to, I believe, go save her, like change things that happened so that she actually lives. And that's all I know. I don't even know how it ends or anything like that, if he's successful. I know there's like a really heartbreaking scene, but I don't know who it's about, what it's about. Like, not in this film, but just, I remember it was a spoiler I saw a long time ago. So hopefully he is successful. I will be so heartbroken. But for now, I'm very, very happy and excited to start this. My husband was really interested in watching the anime. We didn't get around to it for whatever reason at the time. And then he didn't want to pick up the manga. Well, I should say it wasn't that he didn't want to. He was procrastinating, and Sags reached out and was like, hey, would you like a copy? And I'm like, yes. So I'm hoping to read it before he does, and I hope that we both enjoy it. So thank you so much, Sags. Your package absolutely made my day, and so very excited to start it and feature it in this video. And that, my friends, wraps up all of the manga that have been making me happy. I feel all of the feels and just good things and the exciting book packages. It's been a very just surreal time, and just, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to start some of these. I absolutely love some of these, and it was just awesome. It was just awesome. But I would love to know, what are some manga that are making you happy? It could be manga that you read, manga that you got, manga that you've had and you're like, reread it and you're like, oh, this was so good, how could I forget? I would just love to hear all of the manga happiness. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!